Hello, I'm Vivian. Welcome to my channel. It is June 7, beautiful Thursday, and I'm still kind of keeping an eye on the rooster and seeing what's going on with the flock, and I wanted to do an update on my health. Mid-March, right before St. Patrick's Day, we had a camping trip that weekend, meeting my sister at Hunting Island. I love that place. If you get a chance, it's being eroded away. It lost half of its campgrounds. We should have gone earlier in the year, but the reserved space I had was wiped out and the rest of it was unusable, so they couldn't even relocate us to a back area. So my favorite camping spot down there is gone. But we went in mid-March, and I knew that I was going to not do my fasting at all, intermittent fasting during that time. I was going to eat whatever was presented. I took gluten-free options, but if someone served something, I wasn't going to say, no, I can't have that. So around, honestly, I can't even remember without looking at the calendar if I hurt my pinky before then or after then. I think it was after. I had the avocado incident. I got 4 stitches here. And then 7.5 weeks ago, I hurt my fingers. It's not too bad looking. No one should be grossed out. There's no blood. The scabs are gone. And you can see where I was very fortunate. It just went sideways. And I still can't remember exactly how. Definitely, if you lose control of the board, don't try to grab it. Walk back up. Let it fly. You know, just maybe go like this. Don't try to snatch it. I can't find the board. That is the weirdest thing. I hurt myself trying to keep it from flying away, and nobody's moved it. My son's not moved it. My husband's not moved it. It's not in the garage. I have looked for it different times just to go, where the heck? I even looked up to see something, you know, on the ceiling or something, but no, I can't find it. In fact, I had to cut another piece for me to finish the last project. When I was able to get back down there and start painting, even though my fingers, I painted it and did the little nursery for the broody hens. So that's just weird. But back to the health, you know, that there was during that whole time, the last 2 months, 2.5 months, I've still, some days I've done intermittent fasting, other days I broke it earlier, other days. My husband, like one morning, he just made breakfast. He knows, I don't know why, he can't seem to remember that, but he makes breakfast for himself and he makes it for me. He's being thoughtful, but when I eat breakfast, that's it. The productivity, things just don't, I just need to avoid it. And I decided maybe if I just went with it, it'll get through to him that don't feed me breakfast, even if it's, you know, it's good, yummy stuff. Just stop doing that. Because I really, that day I was hurting for some reason. And after I ate, I just told myself, I don't feel good. I'm going to go lay down. I don't normally do that. Even when I don't feel good, I'm still moving at a slower pace, but I'm still moving and doing things. So I don't know what's going on. I do better fasting, so I'm working my way into a fast, like in no eating, not intermittent fasting, fasting. I want to go into a 1 meal a day, maybe 1 meal a day with some fruit or vegetable snack. You know, just raw fruit or vegetable, no, you know, cooking or seasoning it, and then having a meal with my husband, whether it's lunch or dinner, just having 1 meal. I do better with the dinner. Weight-wise, I'm still going down. I'm now below 170, which I said in the other video that's not happening in quite a while, and it's staying consistently at 168, 169 something. So a couple of days I'll go above and then back down, all depending. I had shrimp the day before or something. So that kind of stuff has an effect. I feel like my stomach's a little bit it's still too big. It still looks like I'm maybe got a 4-month baby. So working on that. I need to start doing some exercises to tone muscles. That's I'm not going to get away with not doing that. So I got to just do it. Been doing face yoga, not as consistently either. So I got to do certain things consistently. So I'm got to do health. I can't go into more details, but I got a family member that was his heart stopped. He's 6 years younger than I am. I don't want to give more details because the family members closest to him haven't posted or put things out there. But it's a wake-up call to all of us, and to him in particular. The prognosis at this point looks good. Looks like they'll be able to take him out of the medically induced coma today or tomorrow. It looks like it will. He stopped having seizures. So there's things like that will make anybody stop and reevaluate certain things. And the trick is not to forget the lesson you learned during that time. He knew that he had to make a lot of changes to his lifestyle, his diet, and I don't know how well he was doing with all that. I know it's hard when you're, because my son-in-law is a meat and potatoes guy. He is happy. You put meat in front of him, he's happy. He wants a starch. He makes the best mac and cheese that I've ever had. Commercially, in restaurants, by any other person, no ifs, ands, or buts, he makes the best mac and cheese. So that's the kind of diet he does. When he thinks of greens, it's green beans. Cooked in bacon. Bacon's not bad for you. I'm just saying that's the way, I'm giving you a very precise idea of his diet. His father died at a young age. He's got some potential health issues. They're starting to do keto. My son's been doing keto for a while. He's done it real well, lost a lot of weight. He's working out, doing stuff too. So it's important to take care of ourselves. We can't wait for our spouse to start doing it. My husband is definitely healthier than I am in a lot of ways, except for maybe one or two different ways. I might be doing better than him. But he went out and bought himself one of those blood pressure cuffs, like digital ones. You just press the button and it does it for you and tells you the reading and everything. So it was a concern of his. His father passed away a year ago, at 80. And these are little wake-up calls. But I was wanting to point out to him, okay, it's nice to know your blood pressure. It's nice to know that, and it's good. You're not doing anything wrong. But if that's all you're doing, what good is it doing you? It's not telling you anything. If you're not changing anything to figure out, if I make this change, is my blood pressure going to go down or is it going to go up? He's not doing that for that purpose. He's just, I feel like I need to take my blood pressure. Because he's under a lot of stress right now with work. I just pray for him, and I try to be less of a stress point for him. So you get these wake-up calls, and then it's up to you. It doesn't matter how much money you got, how everything else is going well. If you don't have your health, if you can't walk up a flight of steps without being labored breathing, you can't catch your breath. Going up 4 steps into someone's home will deter you from visiting people. You got to stop and think, this is something very, very wrong. You need to figure out what's going on and you need to correct it. Our medical field is not what we think it should be or what we thought it was. Let's give you a pill for this, let's give you a pill for that. Is that going to cure me? No, you're going to be on it for the rest of your life, and then chances are within a year you're going to be on some additional medication to address side effects of the first medication. I don't want that. Somebody posted she wanted a non-prescription way of treating something or another. And a lot of people come up with hemp oil, CBD or thing. And I'm going, okay, that's another, it's really, it's over the counter. You don't need to go get a prescription for that in most states. But I'm on a bunch of supplements. I made videos about that too. I don't want to be on a bunch of supplements for the rest of my life. Now, I just added a new one, a choline for my liver. I also got some beetroot capsules. I love eating beets. I eat a lot of beets. And it's good for your liver. It's good for detoxing and stuff. But I would like to just be on this stuff for however long until my dietary changes kicks in, until I'm eating more greens. I'm not able to do a garden this year, and I'm still grieving over that, but that doesn't excuse me from not getting greens. So I bought a bag of greens, and I'm gonna have a salad. I don't like salad. I mean, I enjoy salads, but I don't feel filled. I don't feel satisfied after eating a salad. Even if I feel full, I'm just still like, gosh, I wish I could have had, I got some prosciutto, I've got some ham, I got some smoked turkey. I'm gonna put that in my salad. Maybe I'll make wraps with it. I know the things I need to do. And I know that, and I know how difficult it is for me. I understand how difficult it is for family members that's going from that meat and potatoes lifestyle to having less of that meat at a time, to having more real greens, live greens. Cooked greens is good in some cases, but I think a lot of it we need to have live greens, and it's not safe. In a discussion, someone posted about using baking soda and water and putting your produce in that for a few minutes or several minutes, depending on the produce, and then rinsing it off and eating it because it draws off some of the toxins and chemicals that's put in the food. And someone that's closer to my age said, well, I've not had to do that all my life. I'm not going to start now. And I just had to point out, food is not what it was when we were kids. It's not the food that our parents had. And certainly not the food that our grandparents had. There's a lot of things that changed in the 80s. And if you were born since then, this is what you've lived with and what you don't know any better about. And I'm guilty, I've confessed it in the past, just that I would give Pop-Tarts to my kids for breakfast. Sugar, 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 all bad, they're going to school. I feel bad for the teachers that have to deal with kids that's having to process that in their system while having to sit still, sitting still is not normal for kids, period, under any conditions. And we made that the normal. And no wonder, this is what's so messed up. So, back on to, I am going back on to a stricter intermittent fasting regimen. I'm also changing out a lot of stuff in the refrigerator and freezers and trying to get things done. And I'm trying to make myself come outside more, even though it's like not even 11 o'clock and it's starting to get very hot. It's starting to glisten. So, are you doing anything to improve your health? And you can go, some people can go, take everything out of their house that's no longer allowed. Or might be a temptation, and make drastic, big overall changes. Most people can't do that. Even if they try to do it, they fail pretty quick. A few people can, so there are those exceptions. I'm not one of them. But if you can make one change, if you can change or eliminate one snack a day, or you can change it from a bag of chips or crisps, wherever you call it, where you're from, to an apple, an organic apple, or a bowl of berries, or a little bit of nuts. If you can make those kind of changes, just one, and that's the easiest thing. And if you're trying to change children, if you've got kids, that's the best way to do it. So changing their one unhealthy snack that they have daily to something that's a lot healthier. Eliminating one item from your diet at a time and going a couple to 2, 3, 4 weeks before you eliminate another item. I would suggest start with sodas. Second thing, fruit juices. I don't buy fruit juices except for apple juice, which I use for cooking. I use that as an alternative to sugar because that's what it is. It's pretty much flavored sugar water. Because after you processed it, if you were actually juicing the apple yourself, that's a totally different thing. It still has nutrients, but once they do that pasteurization and heat process, it's sugar water, flavored sugar water. So I put 3 bottles of pomegranate juice, 100% pomegranate juice in the fridge. It was on sale at Costco's, and I had plans of making my own. I'm going to make some grenadine today. So I wanted to make my own grenadine. Why? I don't know. It's just something I want to do because it's in some recipes and I'm just going, I look at the ingredients, I'm going high fructose corn syrup. Most of them have high fructose corn syrup or so much sugar, it's more sugar than water. So I'm just like, I don't understand that. So I'm going to try to make my own grenadine, and I may make some wine with the rest of it. And we had a little juice glass of it last night, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it because it's a lot of work to get pomegranate seeds out. Better move the camera. So I thought about all those things, and we're all accountable to ourselves, for ourselves. And we can blame the food industry, we can blame grocery stores, that it's cheaper to buy soda than it is to buy milk or to buy real, like apple cider, unpasteurized apple cider. It's because it's subsidized. You see memes on Facebook about, a liter, a 2-liter bottle of soda being cheaper than a gallon of milk. And people don't realize our tax dollars subsidize corn. And that's a whole nother video. But that's why it's cheaper. And why a hamburger, a crummy little, not too appetizing looking hamburger, is still way cheaper than a bowl of salad. Well, the hamburger lasts forever on the shelf practically. Whereas the salad can go bad very quickly if not stored properly and handled properly. You can see it going bad, and no one's going to want to eat that. When you see one little bad leaf in there, you don't want it. Give me the next one, the freshest one out of the bag. But you have to make a call on your own health, and you have to make those changes. And I've been making changes for years. I've seen the differences. I'm not there yet, obviously, and I'm getting there. And it's back onto the wagon, back onto doing what I know I'm supposed to do and not do the things I know I'm not supposed to do. So, have a blessed day. Be a blessing. And let me know what you think. Are you making any changes?